It's one of the most critically acclaimed films of the year. Call Me By Your Name has taken the festival circuit by storm. It was just nominated for 3 Golden Globes, Best Motion Picture. Timothée Chalamet got a nod for Best Performance by an Actor, and Armie for Best Supporting Actor. The film is set in Italy in the 1980s and follows 2 men as they fall in love over the course of a summer. Melissa sat down with Timothée and Armie to talk about the film.
Just watch. This is how we'll say goodbye to us when the time comes. Later.
Meanwhile, we'll have to put up with him for 6 long weeks.
You had a bit of hesitation to be jumping on board this project. I know you were connected to it for several years, but where and why the hesitation at the beginning?
There is such a high level of intimacy in this movie, and I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally, between 2 people that would require such a state of vulnerability and openness and completely opening yourself up and exposing yourself in a way that made me nervous, to be perfectly honest, if I could even do it.
There you go. Hey, boys!
The buzz around this film is for so many reasons, for the performances. It's also the buzz that is the fact that it's not a quote-unquote gay film that is dealing with an issue like homophobia or AIDS or same-sex marriage fights. This is truly and beautifully a love story. Is that how you went into this project?
Yeah, that's how I always saw this, as a human story that anyone can relate to, regardless of your orientation or identification or anything like that. Like, this is a movie of 2 people completely and organically falling in love with each other. I think regardless of who you are with personally, when you watch this movie, I think it will take you back to the first time you ever had a crush on somebody, the first time you were ever infatuated, the first time you were nervous around somebody, the first time you fell in love with somebody, maybe the first time you got your heart broken, and all of those things that become the bricks and mortar of our lives and who we are. I think that this strips away so much and helps you see it as this is a human thing more than anything else.
What things that matter?
White noise, what an awful sound.
You know what things?
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
The cinematography in this is breathtakingly beautiful. It's washed in light. I mean, you feel it, you smell it, all of those things. How, and then of course it creates this intimacy that we see developing between the 2 of you on screen. How did Luca prepare you for this? Did you spend a lot of time with one another on set before you even started filming? And I'm curious to know if you shot sequentially as well on this film.
Okay, 3 answers to that. A, Sayambu Muktipram, I can confidently say that he's brilliant. And he and Luca did a series of tests before the film started, and a week in advance, around that house. They were going to that house every day and just shooting random parts of the house and seeing what would work best. Okay, then secondly, Luca prepared us for the intimacy in the film.
Yes.
You know what? I think he prepared us in the best way, in that there wasn't a specific preparation. There wasn't a sort of ceremony around it. There wasn't, are you guys okay with it? It was like, listen, we're making this movie. If it's going to be any good, it's got to be the truth of the scene, and whatever that would be in real life. I think we shot almost,
almost entirely.
Almost entirely sequentially.
Did that help your performances?
Oh yeah, because you carried what happened in the last scene into the next, like you would in real life. So you get that experience, and what happens at the scene, and you take it into the next one, and the next one, so it all kind of grows.
I thought it helped so much that, you know, I guess the one project I've done since, but going forward, I really want to chart out the day. Because you shoot so out of sequence so often in films, now it's good to know exactly what you're doing, you know.
And lastly, can you go to the grocery store and just buy peaches like the rest of us normally in life now?
Every time I come close to a peach, I go, whoa, and I get flashed back to this moment in Italy, within a room of
Be honest, you get very excited every time you see a peach.
When I see a peach, hey, I'll tell you something. Somebody said something like that. It's funny.
Well, the film is Bellissimo, with my very limited Italian. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nature has cunning ways of finding our weakest spot.
Call me by your name, and I'll call you by mine.
Call Me By Your Name opens in Toronto and Vancouver on Friday, and other major markets in the following few weeks.